Hi everyone and welcome to Homerino Collectibles, where today I'm going to be doing a review of the Star Wars Black Series 6-inch Boba Fett with the prototype armor. So this version of Boba Fett was the original design for him when they came up with the Stormtroopers and Boba Fett and whatnot, and the fact that he was going to be a clone, the whole kind of Django story and everything, and the fact that they're all based on this guy and everything. They thought, let's make him white, and as they say on here, a super trooper. If you want to read that bio, then go ahead and pause that right now. And basically, yeah, so then they changed it to the colours we all know and love, and there's a nice picture on the back there of Boba Fett. But yeah, so without going into too much detail right now, let's just get this thing open and take a look at the figure. So here is Boba Fett out of the packaging, and first up let's just go over the accessories that this figure comes with. So first up there is the larger rifle that he has in his hands. Now the accessories are slightly different colours to the ones that come in the normal Boba Fett. So as you can see, if I come in close up, you can indeed get that finger in there. It is actually quite a way forwards from the grip of the gun, and the thumb actually has to go through the hole in the stock there, so it's a little bit more like a kind of L96 kind of setup. Now the trigger finger, as you can see, it's essentially the same as this hand, so I had to just stretch the finger out a little bit, put it in there first, and then wiggle it round into the grip of his hand, and then push it through, and the thumb will fit through there. I find that to be the easiest way to get it in, but I find that the way that the stock is and everything, it can be a little difficult sometimes, to get it down and get this hand somewhere near it to hold it. I do feel it would have been really nice, just like the clone troopers and the stormtroopers and everything, if their left hand wasn't a trigger finger or something that resembles it, and if it was just like this, so that you could just rest the gun in it. I think that would just look so much better with these larger rifles that they all come with. I really think that interchangeable hands with this line would be perfect for pretty much everyone that comes with guns. So just wrestling this gun out of there now. We'll just look at it in a bit of more detail. Very, very nice. You can see that it pretty much resembles like a kind of classic revolver right here. That's pretty cool. So the next weapon that we have down here is his pistol. Now both guns are just all black, whereas the ones that you get with the regular version Boba Fett will actually be painted. But it's just a very simple little gun, and I do prefer this over the brown version that comes with the regular one. I really do like these weapons in all black. And again, that just sits in the holster on the side, which you can easily get to even with the jetpack in place, and it fits very well. And then speaking of the jetpack, that is also removable, so as you can see, it sits nice and flush against his body there. You just pull that straight off. It fits nice and tight, or at least mine does anyway, so there's no worries of this thing just falling off. As you can see, you've got the main hole, just like any Marvel Legends would have in the back too. And then you've also got these nice molded in straps, obviously resembling the way it actually attaches. And you've got these two little pegs that stick out there that just line up with that. I guess just to stop it from, rotating left and right, it keeps it where it should be on his back. And this has some pretty nice detail on it. Obviously with this one you've got this little bit of black there, but apart from that you've just got the silver detailing on the missile and on the thrusters, I guess you'd call them. And then over here we have a small little symbol right there, and then we got some silver on the top of these two, and that's pretty much it for this. But yeah, very, very nice looking. And then we also have the cape here, which is pretty cool. It's essentially just like a soft rectangle of cotton with this kind of, I guess it's like melted to it or something, I'm not sure, but this harder material here, which is just a grey stripe. It folds up. It's folded like this in the package, and that's pretty much how it should be anyway, so it comes as it should be, so that's fine. And you can do whatever you want with it. You could unfold it and drape it over the arm or whatnot, but this harder piece kind of helps it keep that folded shape, because it's like, if it was softer it might just want to just sit open completely, a bit more like Vader's cape or something, whereas having it like this and with it being folded, I guess it just enables you to literally fold the fabric and keep it in that position so that it stays, with that kind of look. And then I'm just going to put the jetpack back on right here, so we just line that up and push that in, and then just make sure that they kind of line up there like that, and then that's it. And then this kind of just sits beneath that like so. And then looking at the rest of the figure, as you can see, the majority of the paint detail is silver paint app and black paint app. You got the nice little bit of silver right there on the antenna. You got the black up here and the visor and everything. Looking pretty cool. Silver on the back of the head. Very, very nice. You got the black on the chest here. You got silver and black on these gauntlets. And then we've got some orange right here on the tip of the missile here on the arm. Some more silver bits. I guess that's maybe the flamethrower, or unless that's on the other side. Can't quite remember. And then we have this, I think, aren't they supposed to be Wookiee scalps or something? I'm not too sure. But whatever they are, they're a more kind of beigey kind of a colour. And then we've got the silver on the side of the knees here. And then these on the, I can't remember if it was Hot Toys or Sideshow Collectibles, but these were actually like knives and things, and they could actually be removed on the pockets, so I thought that was really, really cool. But yeah, so that's what they are. They're essentially like knives and tools and stuff like that. But very, very cool. Obviously the rest of him, everywhere that's like a hard armor piece, i.e. the helmet, the chest plate, the gauntlets, things like that, and the jetpack, they are more of a purer white kind of a colour. And then the rest of him, so like the softer material that he wears, i.e. all these pockets and essentially the majority of the trousers and on the arms here and stuff, that's more of a creamy kind of a colour, just a less pure white. So as for articulation, the head moves up this much, which is great for any flight poses. It also moves all the way down, very nice for dramatic poses. And then we've got the left and right, obviously, a bit of side to side wiggle too, so we can go, huh? And then we got the arms that move this far outward. The shoulder pads don't really get in the way there. That's very nice. And they move a full 360 degrees around. And then we have a few rotation joints actually in the elbow. So it can move up and down, and it can move left and right here. But it can also swivel at, the entire gauntlet slash wrist slash forearm piece thing can swivel around, which is pretty cool. And then you can also swivel at the actual hand and wrist, and then the hands go in and out. And then this one has even more, because as you can see here on the gauntlet, you have this little piece that connects it to this piece, which is separate to the arm and to the elbow, so it sits in between. So as you can see, as you rotate, it rotates with it, but if you were to hold it, it's a completely separate joint in its own right. So you actually have like a kind of extra joint in there. It doesn't make the arm longer or anything, but yeah, so it's just an extra little thing, just a nice bit of detail showing that connects to that. It just enables you to still move the arm all the way around, because if that was connected just to the hard piece there that didn't rotate, you'd only be able to move this arm like this, whereas you can move it all the way around wherever you want. So that is very nice that they added that extra piece in there, so that you still get the accurate bit of costume detail whilst maintaining awesome articulation. So ab crunch, he does actually crunch a decent amount, to be honest, and then he moves left and right at that joint too. It's pretty much like a kind of ball joint inside here, so it's pretty cool. And you've got the ratcheted left and right. The belt, it's non-detachable, but it does move slightly, enabling obviously a bit of articulation right there, and obviously moves up a little bit so that you can move the legs a bit more. And then down to the legs, the pouches don't really get in the way too much. Like if that gets stuck on there, sometimes you might think, oh, it doesn't move, but you just give it a little wiggle and it'll move up past it. You have rotation in the upper part of the thigh. They open up, the gun holster doesn't really get in the way too much. We have a double jointed knee right here, and then the feet go down, up, and have ankle pivot, and he also has peg holes in the bottom of his feet for stands. So as you can see, he is the same size as he should be, with you know, the clones, because he's exactly the same, and the Stormtrooper's about the same as well. Now for me personally, I am more of a fan of the kind of Django colours of this armour, and the standard kind of Mandalorian kind of colours, than the more greeny, browny, you know, Boba Fett kind of colours. So for me, I like this version of Boba Fett more than the regular Boba Fett. However, I would definitely recommend that you do get the normal Boba Fett. If you just want one in your collection, you know, if you're not too much into the character, or if you're not too much of an action figure collector, then this is definitely a figure that you can pass on. It's one that I really, really like, and I think that a lot of Boba Fett and just Star Wars fans out there will like too, and will want this figure. In that case, obviously, it's perfect, but I don't think that this should be the only Boba Fett in your collection. I think that every collection needs a standard looking Boba Fett as well. So I'd say if you're going to get this, I'd still recommend that you get the other one. If you want to just get one out of the two, then I would recommend just getting the normal one. So if you want to see more Star Wars Black Series reviews, including the regular Boba Fett, then go ahead and click on that subscribe button. If you want to check me out on Instagram and Twitter, it is Homerino123, and basically that's where I post pictures of these figures and also collection updates and things that I'm buying and everything like that. So go ahead and check me out on those too. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.